Hey guys, this is something different right now. I just pulled some plants from here and moved them around because I'm making a little bit of room and thinning things out. This is obviously stuffed and that's not super healthy, but I planted everything in here in the beginning to kind of get it going, and I've moved a couple things around here and there. So every once in a while, I will move a couple of plants and then do a good clean and a water change. So it's the middle of the night. The lights don't come on until morning. So I switched the Chihiros to manual and I put it on a very low percent. So this light is it's on like 3% right now. But what I'm doing is I'm gonna I'm taking out I'm taking out this diffuser, the Neo. I mean, you can see it's got algae and some stuff, but I've been using this diffuser coming up here under this power head, but I'm gonna try to get rid of the power head. I got some couple little baby plecos in here somewhere and things like that, and I don't want them going into the power head. You can see how the power head's turned off right now, and there's shrimp inside of it. They're in there everywhere, so this way I can take the power head out and just rely on the spray bars, and it won't be CO2 bubbles coming up here and some of it going to the top and some of it blowing here. Then the spray bars blow it down, so the stuff over here doesn't get quite as much CO2, I believe. I'm not sure, but I mean, everything seems to be growing okay. I do have a little bit of algae issues. There's a baby pleco. Look at this guy, he's so tiny. They're really cute. Free child labor. Just kidding. Okay, this is what I got. I got the I thought about getting another Quanvi. I know it's dark. All my lights are off, but I've shown you guys before. I've got this little Quanvi inline diffuser. Well, I'm putting in the one that Nilog and some people sell. This is the Intense inline diffuser, and it works the same. So I can't film and still use two hands, but I cut off this much. I took my inflow and outflow, and let me turn a light on, an extra light. Gonna be some extra reflections because the aquarium lights are kind of off, but so the inline diffuser, the Quanvi, that's the one that I use for the mist in the big tank, and you guys have seen that it does produce some pretty good mist, but I mean, you still can see kind of a sprite look on camera and up close, but it's not too bad. So we're gonna try out. Hey, there's another baby pleco. Let's see, where did it go? It's right here. Let's see if we can see him. He's so tiny. I got 4 of them that I've found so far. Of all the eggs that hatched, I can pretty much find 4 of them. But they stay busy, so I guess they're doing good. Okay, so I took this is the outlet. I made sure that which one was the outlet, and I took it and I clipped off this much of it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this much that goes out of the outlet, and then right here we're gonna attach it to this, and then we're gonna attach this part to the rest of it that goes to the aquarium. And the airline tubing that was going to the in-tank diffuser, I took it out and I screwed onto this. I just stuck it in here to hang in there. I think you're supposed to pre-soak these before you use them. The last time I bought my other one, I just put it on and it made big bubbles for maybe a few hours or a day or two, and then the bubbles got smaller. But I just stuck it in here for a minute. So I'm gonna put a little bit of Vaseline on the edge of the connector to connect it to help it from getting like any air pocket, or just for a better connection. This is the outlet. It goes to that. You can see I raised it up. I raised it up out of the water just enough so that it would break the water lock. And then I held it over this bucket of plant clippings here, and it just poured out into here. So right now this hose is like dead. There's nothing in it. I'm gonna attach this and put it back on, and then I guess I will unpause this and show what it looks like. But in the morning I will probably make a proper update on the tanks to show what's going on with them. But I'm gonna really have to clean this, because when you uproot plants and do stuff like that, it really puts a lot of crap in the water, and you really got to clean that out. Uprooting plants and moving things, kicking up substrate, stuff like that is really, really bad if you don't do it clean, because it puts the crap in the water that you can't even see. It's so small, then it touches the plants, it gets on them, and then you get debris, and you get like, see this blood bomb, it has this little poof, and there's a little algae poofs on some of these areas. And then some of the older leaves, like this chai, you can see some old growth too, like this rhinecki. The growth doesn't look real great on it. That's bad for your water. The rhineckis I had here, I just pulled like 5 of them out. There's still one right there, but the growth, look how bad the growth is. Leaving that on is bad for the plant and for the tank. This one, the variegated, looked great. Now it doesn't, but I'm going to see if it recovers with more room around it. So I also did a trim on some things. Anyways, I'm going to put on this diffuser, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, got it attached. Here's the end of the hose that goes to the canister. Here's this that you can hardly see because there's not much light, but it's attached. And then I'm going to attach it to the canister. I'm going to attach this back to the outlet before any shrimp or anything get in there, because they will. And then I'm going to turn it on, see what's going on. So this little guy. Alright. Okay, got it attached. So something that's been kind of rare so far is getting more of these plecos out at the same time. Here's one. There's one on the wood. See if we can focus on it. There's one right here. Really cute, really hard to see. See how his stomach is a swirl? Really neat. Okay. Let's start this thing up and see how it goes. There's going to be a lot of air in it at first, because I had this thing detached. So make sure it's on. Open it. There's some air in the outflow. There's gonna be air bubbles. It's gonna be a lot. Sorry for the noise there. Okay. Now, my plugs are very precarious, way back behind this table. Okay. Now, I need to unplug this power head, but this skimmer, this power head, this canister, and the canister here are all plugged into the same power strip. So I can just reach back there and click it off. Both filters turn off. I can do water changes and all that stuff, and then flip it back on when I'm done. It's kind of a neat thing because it makes sure that I do both tanks at the same time. So no problems there. The plants that I took out, these, some of the local collected ones that I have, which you can see. These 3 green ones here, this little zero is green that I collected. That's what those are. These huge, big, large ones are either Xeris or Isotis. So, and I took out some other plants. I made some big trims in there. So I'm gonna place a couple of these back in here, but I got a couple of people who want them also for some clippings. So these guys that I collected, they're still unknown to me. I don't know what they are. They turned out they're not Ludwigia grandulosas. They're not. There's something else. They're very pretty. They get very, very big, and they're very, like, kind of got their own reddish color. But I'm gonna put some of these back in this spot here, and I may save some room here and possibly put this Saturnum mini here, because it wasn't that bad when I put it here, but those aromaticas choke it out pretty quick. So now the other outlet I have the CO2 hooked up to, and my hand's kind of wet. I'm trying to dry it off here. So this one is the CO2 on this timer. Now, at first this I'm gonna have to adjust this CO2 diffuser, because this one's already adjusted for, I'll put this away, it looks bad sitting out here. I use that for connectors and stuff. Like when I take this apart, I put it across the seals and stuff. So bubble counter is not a very proper method to do this, but I don't have a pH meter. But I've got this one. I had this one with the bubble counter, and I had it unscrewed just enough. I made sure that I have either between 40 and 60 working pressure here. I'll probably have to turn it up since I have 2 inline diffusers now. But for an inline diffuser, most say 30 pressure or up. 40 to 50 for me seems good. And this was what was powering the one here for this tank. Now with the splitter here, I can dial this one in visually pretty much. In this tank I can kind of look at the mist, and this one has a skimmer, so I don't have to worry a lot about oversaturating with CO2. It's not really a bad problem here, because I mean there's always oxygen coming from that. But I'll have to probably put the bubble counter to this one and help me dial in this one. So tomorrow when I make an update video, or in the morning, we'll see what it looks like. So just kind of wanted to show that.